I know it's important for agriculture communities to advocate for ourselves now more than ever. Farmers have a passion and a commitment to providing and putting food on the table for your families. This is their stories.
So my name's Steve Nash. I'm a third generation dairy farmer. My grandfather started it in an open field in Corcoran, California in 1929, and then my father expanded that. I graduated from Cal Poly and came back to the dairy farm. I remember when I came back, the first 2 years I didn't have a day off. I worked straight for the first 2 years, and I knew that through my life I wasn't going to do that forever. So then we started to expand our herd, and we expanded to up to 1,000 cows, and now today we're in Tennessee. But back then, after coming home from school, the first few years, myself and 2 other guys did all the work. So there isn't a job on the farm that I haven't done, good or bad. In FFA, I was a state farmer. I was in it all years. We came in second in dairy judging in the state that year. I was always big into dairy, and so cows was always part of what I did growing up. Going to college and getting that experience, I figure it gave me 5 years advance on the guys that didn't go to college as far as knowledge and problem-solving abilities that it taught me. After that, when I came home, it was just experience, and it was experience real fast because my dad had open heart surgery and then had a stroke a year later. So that threw me into the must-do area. So I ended up running it for most of the time. We grew that dairy, and then we built a new dairy barn. And once we did that, that opened up all kinds of things for us. We went from that little barn that was built in 1932. Those 3 years prior to that was all hand milking. And we went from that barn up to 24 machines, and it just changed the whole herd. It changed how we were able to do things, gave us a little more profitability out of it. That, and at the same time, I had talked to a nutritionist that will forever, in my mind, be the #1 nutritionist we've ever had, Larson. And between he and I, my ambition and his knowledge and experience, we went 24 months in a row of expanding production every single month. So, I worked with my father. As I said, he had some health issues, but nevertheless, we spent a lot of time together talking about the farm. And it was really a great time in my life to learn from him. Sometimes I didn't appreciate what he said, but as I got a little older, I reviewed in my mind what he said, and he happened to be right about 95 to 97% of the time. So I always think back about that. And now working with my 2 kids here and Stephanie in the program, it brings back those joys and stuff, and it's fun to watch them advance and progress and see how many challenges can you take on at once is kind of the theme here, because it's never just one challenge. There's always another 1 or 2 that are building that you better be preparing for. And it's fun to watch the youngsters really take on those challenges and make a difference.